the club means everything to the supporters, and naturally during a time like this, they'll have their own concerns. But clearly, from talking to you, none of the areas of the club that have been affected, you're not looking at that as a long-term closure or anything being scrapped. It's very much putting the club in the best possible condition it can be to get through this crisis.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a pause. Once football come back, all the things that are not kind of core to the initial thing right now is getting the first team back to playing, and that's going to happen in August, which we're excited about. All the other things are not going to happen. So we were going to improve and upgrade our hospitality. That's on pause for now. The academy, unfortunately, there's not going to be a lot of activity at the academy, so that's on pause for now, although we're still engaging with our youngsters and keeping them involved, but there's really not going to be a lot of activity there. The hospitality I just mentioned, but also the non-game day events, that's on pause for now. Some of our capital investments are also on pause, but we're still working on planning so that when things come back, we're able to deploy and move forward with that. So I really think the club is on pause, like many clubs, is on pause right now, sailing through a very difficult time. But once we come out of it, I'm very optimistic and that the club is going to be in a very good position to move forward in a reasonable pace and just kind of accelerate, be on the front foot. I think the whole idea is to come out of this as quickly as we can and be in as good a position to move forward quickly.
There are going to be challenges that lie ahead, but our players are back on Monday for pre-season training. Supporters have snapped up season tickets in great numbers, and they're naturally looking forward to the start of the season, and you'll share that excitement and optimism.
I really can't say enough about supporters of Hibs. This is just, at the end of the day, they are the heart and soul of the club. And I think the fact that over 8,700 supporters have signed up for season tickets, at a time when there is uncertainty as to how the season's going to play out, and being able to go into the stadium and things like that, but they've stepped up to support the club, and it's just a sense of pride for me to be a part of this, because they just every time the club has needed them, they have more than stepped up, and I can't say enough about it. At the end of the day, this is the soul of the club. The supporters just love their club, and rightly so. They have a phenomenal club. They have built over almost 150 years an incredible legacy and an incredible club.
And just to expand on that, I mean, we throw out the phrase "we are all Hibs," and we've said often enough it's not just a marketing tagline. So what does that mean for you right now in terms of everyone rallying around each other, including the supporters?
Well, I'm very proud to be part of the Hibs family. To be honest with you, I couldn't have landed in a better home. And the truth is, every aspect of the club has really stepped up. You kind of, again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's in times of difficulty where you see what you really have. And it's times like these when the club has needed everyone to step up, that everybody does step up. And it's just been, difficult to navigate. I mean, there's no, you can't really sugarcoat it. It's been a difficult time and difficult to navigate. But I think all in all, I think what gives us the strength is the way that everybody chips in and collaborates and comes together, understanding that there's uncertainty and some challenges that we need to go through. Certainly leading the way have been the supporters. But again, I have to commend the players, the leadership of the club, the management, the board. Everybody has been working very, very hard to help navigate an uncertain time, an unprecedented time, because really there's no rule book or there's no guidebook to this. It's very different. It's essentially an economic, it's been an economic, just brutally difficult on businesses all over the world.
Ron, we're obviously looking forward to the day when the players run out in front of a packed Easter Road stadium again, but in the short term, there's ways supporters are going to be able to help the club, but also enjoy an improved matchday experience wherever they're backing us from.
Absolutely, Kenny. I think we're all looking forward to the day when we have 20,000 fans rooting our team on at Easter Road. That's, not sure exactly when that'll happen. Hopefully it won't be in the far future. But nonetheless, in the meantime, we are coming back to football in August, and I think we need to prepare. One of the exciting things that we're looking to do is how we can upgrade and improve the Hibs TV production and delivery of the football matches. So I think that's one of the areas where we're starting to look at the resources that we need to put against producing, kind of an upgraded football match day experience, as well as creating content that will engage fans, because we want them to be able to enjoy their football through Hibs TV. And I think that for the foreseeable future, that's going to be the primary way in which fans will be able to support the club and be a part of the club. So, come August, we're obviously you're seeing it in all the leagues around the world. They're all playing behind closed doors. And the SPFL is no different, and we're looking forward to that. And that requires, I guess, a little bit of thinking and a little bit of creativity into how we essentially create a product that everybody's going to enjoy and get everybody behind the club.
We've had a lot of messages from supporters who just want to play their part, and they're asking for the best way to do that. So what does that look like for you?
Well, I think supporters, certainly our season ticket holders, we can't thank them enough. And I think supporters have many ways in which they can support the club. Certainly buying season tickets is a very good way. Organizations like HSL and other supporters groups and ways that they can contribute to the club, that would also be very helpful. Supporting the Thank You NHS initiative would also be another way to support the club. So I think hopefully the supporters will find a way in which they can step up and kind of tick the box and say, I'm here for Hibs, and continue to support us as they have. So we're very encouraged with that.
There's obviously a lot for us to look forward to, but there are going to be challenges ahead at the same time. Everyone is going to have their part to play. So what does that mean for Hibs, whether it's players, staff, supporters?
I do think that we have a lot to look forward to. I mean, the club is in reasonable shape under the circumstances. And I think the sooner we navigate this through, we get back to football and we begin to make progress, we're going to be able to build very quickly and be in a very strong position. But importantly, as we've discussed before, I think everybody can contribute to the success of the club. Everybody contributes to the success of the club. And one of the themes that we used in the AGM and that we've used at the club is one team, one club. And everybody at the club makes a difference, whether it's the ticket office or the academy or players, supporters. We all contribute to create a whole that is wonderful in terms of its spirit and its mission. And I think Hibs, that kind of beacon, that light that is always there for Hibs supporters and for all of us that are part of Hibs is still burning bright. And so I'm very excited about the idea that football is going to come back and we're going to get through this together, and that at the end we're going to have many, many years of wonderful football and hopefully some positive results and some success on the field and as a football club. So it's just a quick question of kind of navigating some difficult times, but I know that we're going to have sunny and better days ahead.